Welcome back. Now in this video we're just going to discuss a brief step. Obviously if you're going to have a website you are going to need a domain name, and we'll just show you how to do that briefly in case you haven't done this before. Now obviously there are a number of places where you can get a domain name. Most marketers will be using either the website Namecheap or they'll use GetGoDaddy. Both of these companies are used to internet marketers and their setup is fairly easy once you actually purchase hosting. So once you know what your domain name is, if you want to name it something around your niche or if you want to brand it around yourself, you can do that. Of course, when possible, you want to get a .com if you can. Otherwise, it's pretty simple process. You're going to need to buy a domain name, get your account set up, and then once you've done that, you'll be ready to go on to the next step. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we are going to enter into one of the autoresponder company accounts. We're going to set up an email list, and we're going to set up a form where people can put their name and email address in order for them to become part of your customer database. Now, while you can certainly use any of the other autoresponder companies that we talked about in an earlier video, we are going to be working with GetResponse for this course. So we're going to go into the GetResponse dashboard, and we're going to start by setting up a list there. Now that you've set up your account with GetResponse, what we are going to do is we're going to start by creating a campaign. And all we've got to do here is there is a drop-down menu here, and we are going to get started by going to that drop-down menu, and then we're going to select this link that says Create Campaign. And we're going to start there. So go ahead and click that link that says Create Campaign. And then you're going to come to a space where you're going to name your campaign. Now, this name does have to be unique across all of the GetResponse customers as well as all of their lists. So one of the things that I do in order to create a unique name is I will name it based on my niche as well as the year as well as the month and then sometimes even the day. So in this particular case, if I'm going to be working with the internet marketing and I'm going to be working, let's say, in February of 2015, and let's say I might be working at the 28th day. Okay, then this will give me an idea, and it'll also give me a little reference point as to when I actually created the list. And so I'm going to go ahead and click Create Campaign. And what you're going to notice there is that this has already been successfully created. Now, you may get a message that says that your list name has been taken. You might have to do another one. But if you pretty much use something like the system that I just showed you, you are going to be fine in terms of your name being available. Now, you're going to see four spaces here. One where we talk about creating a newsletter, creating an autoresponder, and editing campaign settings. For now, I'm not going to talk about creating a newsletter or creating an autoresponder. What I am going to do is I'm going to go into editing my campaign settings. So let's do that now. And when you come in, what you're going to want to do is to come to the Profile tab. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to edit my campaign title. I'm going to call it something unique. I'm going to write in a unique title based on what I know I'm going to be doing in terms of collecting names and email addresses for this list. Okay, so I have a unique name. I'm going to click Save. Then they kind of want you to kind of put your list into a category. We can do that. And in this particular case, I'm going to say that I'm primarily focusing on education. And then I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to do my campaign description. Okay, so I've got a little description there. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Right, and because it's going to be about those who want to learn how to make money online, I'm going to write that in there. Whatever your particular market is, you can just write that in there into your campaign description. If you have a logo for your online company, you can put that there. All you're going to have to do is upload it. I'm going to skip that step. We're not going to do that right now, and we are going to go on to the next step. Now, if you're just getting started, you can leave these default settings the way they are. You do want to have a confirmed opt-in for those who subscribe by email or web subscriptions. When you get more advanced, you may want to work without the confirmed opt-in, but as you get started, it's best to go ahead and use double opt-in. You can actually have this message being sent by HTML, or in other words, they're going to see images instead of just a plain text email. But again, you can leave these default settings unless you have an idea of why you want to change them to either a custom URL. You can just let your confirmation page be hosted by GetResponse. So we're going to leave those settings there. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to this general tab here, put in any details that I'll need. But for the most part, I'm going to suggest that you leave the default settings in the general tab unless you have a reason to change them. Now, if we completed that, we're going to now go to the next step. And that next step is to create a web form. So we're going to go here, we're going to click Create New, and we're going to click that link in the dashboard. Now what we're going to do at this page is we're basically going to create a form where your customer or your prospect they're going to put their name and email address, and when they put it in there, it's going to automatically be stored at GetResponse inside of a database of your names and email addresses, and it will prove that you have permission to send these customers and prospects email. So what you're going to do is to pick one of these designs, maybe one of the ones that you feel is most or closest to what it is that you are going to be offering, and then when you do that, then you're just going to click and you're going to click Apply. And then that's going to give you the ability to work on this to work on this some. If you want to make it larger, you can do that. And what you're going to do here is you're going to write in here. Things that will entice your site visitor in order to come and actually get what it is that you have to offer them. Now we're going to be talking about that in the next video. We're going to be talking about giving your site subscribers a bribe in order for you to get their name and email address. And this is what you're going to kind of fill in here. We do have to do this step before we talk about a bribe so that you'll know how to edit your form. And when you determine what your bribe is, you're going to write in here something that will entice your visitors to want your bribe. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to write in a line here, even though we know we're going to come back and change it. Okay, so I've written this in here, and again, we may come back and change this once we determine what our bribe is. I'm going to click Apply, and then we basically have a form where our users can actually sign up. If you want to work with that button to make it a little more centered. And then what we want to do is we want to just click Next Step, and that's going to bring us to a page where we're going to be looking at the list of choices here. We want to just leave the default settings the way they are and click Default Thank You Page, because that's where we're going to look. Now, when you get to be more advanced or you have a good idea of what you want to do with some of these other things, you can do them. But if you're just getting started, it's probably a good idea just to use the default settings and to go forward. So basically now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next step. We're just going to click Next Step here. And that's going to bring us to this page. Now, for purposes of this course, we're going to use this button that says GetResponse is going to host our form. And we're going to go ahead and click Copy to Clipboard. And then we're going to have the URL that's actually going to be our form. We put that URL in our browser. We notice that our form comes up here, and now our customers now have a place to put their name and email address. And when they do that, they're going to be part of our database. You'll also notice that you can actually make changes and edits to the form where you have there. You can actually change the look and feel of this if that's not something that you like, and make it into something that you like. And then you will then have a squeeze or autoresponder page in order to start collecting leads. Of course, to edit the form, we could just go back to the previous step and go back to the design phase, and then we can make it look exactly the way we want. But for the most part now, we have a form that we like, we have a form that we now can work with, and we are going to now go to the next step. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to be talking about an effective traffic method that's going to help you to build your list, joint ventures. Now joint ventures are similar to having affiliates and they're just as effective. Now if you think about affiliates is leveraging the subscriber list of other people, well in a joint venture what you're doing is you and someone else, another marketer, you are sharing the responsibility in creating and launching a product. And when you do that, you are going to be able to easily create a product. Maybe if you don't have some of the experience in some of the areas that you feel that you're weak in, or you can't get it to market fast, you can work with someone else and you can get the product to market faster, and you'll be able to create a high quality product using their gifts and talents and abilities. Now, most importantly, each customer from a joint venture can add a new customer and prospect to your subscriber list. So think about this. When your joint venture partner brings their customers, you're going to have access and they're going to be your new customer as you create the product with your partner. Now, the secret to joint ventures, if there is one, is to build relationships. And of course, that means that there really is no secret. Building relationships with other marketers at all levels. You want to start building relationships with those who are further along. You want to start building relationships with those who are coming along at the same time you are and those who are coming along behind you, because you never know when someone's going to have a great idea that you are going to want to participate in, or when you have skills and gifts that you can add to a project. And a joint venture is a great way to combine efforts and get the leverage that other people's work and experience. Now there's several ways to do joint ventures so that they help you to get more people onto your list. Now let's think about this. Now one of the ways that new marketers often share the responsibility of product creation is to add a bonus to someone who is creating a new product. And what you would do in this case is you would ask the marketer who is launching a product to allow you to make your product available for free on their download page. Now, this helps the marketer because they're going to be able to offer a fantastic bonus to their customer, and it's going to give their customer an added incentive to buy their product. It's going to help you because in order to get the product, what are you going to do? You're going to make them opt in order to get it. Now, one tip that makes this particular joint venture strategy effective is to make sure that you have an attractive graphic created for your buyers to click on in order to get your opt-in page. Now, you can have this kind of graphic easily outsourced on a site like Fiverr. This is a great way, again, to leverage the work of other people. You don't want to try to create graphics. You want to make sure you're building your relationships, creating great products, and doing great marketing. So JVs can be an excellent way of building your list, especially if you do it this way. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we are going to discuss what you're going to be doing once you've already started making sales from your email marketing. Now, the frequency of your emails, we talked about this in a previous video, is going to be less important than the value you provide. So making sure that even when you send an offer, you should be thinking about the people who are going to be on your subscriber list. You want to make sure that they are getting the ultimate value from being one of your subscribers, so that when you show them an offer, you're really showing them something that's really going to benefit them based on what you know about them. And then you might feel as if, well, am I sending too many affiliate offers? Am I sending too many marketing emails? This is going to be less important than you really having the best interest of your buyers in mind. So some weeks, if your buyers really benefit from 2 or 3 offers, then you might want to consider sending them to them. If your buyers would not benefit at all, even if there is a lucrative affiliate promotion going on, you should consider not sending an email, not sending a marketing email, because again, you are doing business with your subscribers and you want them to feel as if you have their best interests in mind. You should always have a mix in your emails of education, personal connection. In other words, you want to make sure that they know that you are relatable to them, that they know you, because again, people buy from those from whom they know, like, and trust. So you've got to take some of your emails and make that personal connection. Let them know you a little bit. Let them know who you are as a marketer and an entrepreneur. Let them know who you are as your journey in internet marketing has begun. So you want to make sure that you're connecting. So consider making sure you've got a mix of education, personal connection, and marketing, making sure that they like you as they go through their email. And you get people to trust you by keeping their best interests in mind. When you send emails, they'll be able to tell when you are actually giving them an offer. If the offer that you're sending out, affiliate offer or one that you've created, it has nothing to do with what with where they're coming from, why they signed up for your list, then you're going to have the tendency of losing them. But if you can send out offers and education and webinars and links to articles and things that really tell them that you understood why they signed up, your subscriber list, those people are going to begin to trust you. And when you send out an affiliate offer, right, when you have their best interest in mind, they are going to open your emails and they're going to be looking to buy from you. Again, trust is very important when you are marketing. Now, one of the things you want to do is you want to survey your subscribers. Ask them what they need. Send them to a survey, or just ask them to email you back if your list is small enough. Let them tell you what it is that they could really benefit by, something that they don't know, something they're really struggling with. Because this is the best way to create and find affiliate offers, is to find out what your subscriber list really, truly wants and feels as if they need. You're going to generate more opens on your promotional emails. In other words, more people are going to see your email because they trust you, and they're going to open it, and they're going to click your links, again, because you have established that kind of trust. So email marketing after the sale, after you've started generating sales, is just as important, that you continue to build a relationship with your subscribers, that you continue to build your business around generating things that will be in the best interest of those people, and then you will see your business and sales and profits grow as an affiliate or even as a product creator and email marketer. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing what you're going to be doing in order to keep your customer messages organized. Now, one of the best ways to be effective in your list building and your email marketing is to make sure that you're sending emails to buyers that are different from those who have not yet purchased from you. In other words, you want to treat those two groups of people differently. People who have already spent money, well, you want to make sure that you reward them in some way, or you speak to them so that you know and acknowledge and that you appreciate the fact that they have already purchased from you. And to do this, you're going to want to use a feature that is inside of most autoresponder companies. It is inside of GetResponse, and it is inside of companies like Aweber. You can actually use what's called email automation so that you can treat buyers and prospects differently. Now, when someone buys a product from you or through you, you will want them to be added to a different subscriber list. And one of the ways that you can do that is you might create a great or a fantastic bonus or an additional incentive for your buyers to sign up to a new list. And when they sign up to this new list, they're going to be actually placed and literally taken off of the prospect list. And what this does is it keeps you from having people unsubscribe as they find your messages to be irrelevant. Again, you want to make sure that you are talking in different ways to different kinds of people who are on your subscriber list. Let's take a look at how to do this. Now, inside of GetResponse, you're going to see a link that says automation, and you want to click that link from your dashboard and when you're inside of the list that you are working on. So if you're following along on GetResponse, go ahead and click that automation link. Now, when you see this page and you see automation rules, it may seem a little intimidating, but you shouldn't let it be. Now, what you're going to do here is very basic and very simple. You are in a list that you want people to be subscribed to, and all you're saying is that when someone is subscribed to your new list or when they opt into your list by getting your bonus, you want to make sure that they are removed from another list. And it really is that simple. So all automation does is it removes someone from one list and it puts them on another when they become part of a new list. And so you can play with this in all kinds of ways. Now, GetResponse has some other ways to do that. You can obviously do that upon sale, and if you are a little more advanced, you can do that. But basically, you want to have them added to a list, and then you want to have them removed from the list where they are prospects. It pretty much is that simple. And that will allow you to send two different kinds of emails to two different kinds of subscribers. And it will allow you to generate more sales and keep more people subscribed. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.